punk version?
I don't know. Do you want to make one?
Oh, do I?
How quickly can you get it done?
Give me 18 months. No, let's talk offline.
Right. Okay, well, go ahead, sorry.
I'll kick off somebody else to put your version on, so.
Oh, mate.
And I'll tell them it was your fault. So.
Yeah, all right. It looks to be my fault when the whole project's delayed. Well, we need to sort this out then. But maybe don't kick someone else off because that seems a bit harsh. Anyway, sorry. Back to you, Bones. Yeah,
right,
sorry.
That's fine.
Trying to get in with the artists, mate.
No, that's fine.
Get my fame spread across the world.
Oh, good. Yeah, M's laughing right now. It's in the background, by the way. So
we'll make you a household name in no time.
Yeah, did you hear that?
I heard the phrase household name.
She said, we'll make you a household name in no time.
Oh, yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is the only reason I do the show, is to collaborate with all the really good artists.
Well, just before we get to our first song, Manipulant, there's a few people, if you get a chance to collaborate with, I think it would be amazing, and I think they'd be really good. The first one is Sophia Vondel. And she's done mixes with Analog Wave, and she has a bunch of her own EPs. And she's out of Brooklyn, New York. The next one up is Jill Beaulieu from Meter Bridge in Vancouver. So she's another one. As a fantastic voice. It would be fun to mix with both her and her husband Richard. And the third one would be Analog Wave. And Analog Wave is just a really good electro pop band out of Ireland.
Okay, cool.
So
just to throw a couple more in, so that you're gonna have a whole year or 2 years worth of work here going on. But I would add Lemonade Kid and Hands of Blue to that mix as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Gina and Ender from Hands of Blue, and absolutely for sure. So we're gonna get to the first song up here tonight, and this one is a song called "Run" featuring Stony Gate, which he just mentioned we should check out. And this is from his EP Eclectro Manipulant. Dig this.
Soon
Right on. That was Manipulant with Run featuring Stony Gate from his EP Electro. Now, this one, you're right. I know, just hearing it again, I definitely want to check out her new stuff because, I mean, that's a pretty angelic voice. And with the mixing you did with this one, was there anything in specific? Are you using just what you find online, or are you kind of taking like kind of outside sources for sound and kind of mixing, or what are you doing there?
No, everything was created. There was no samples or natural sounds, or it was all done with keyboard. Even that guitar, the little guitar solo there is keyboard. So, no interesting backstory on that.
Well, it's all good. No, I'm just curious because like I said, no, like we talked about earlier, how you took a different, well, for lack of a better words, perspective to this EP and mixing that sort of thing. Just wondering what, if anything, like kind of new stuff you've added or kind of worked with.
On that song specifically, or
no, just general as a whole. So.
Oh yeah, like I said, we added some, real live stuff rather than. Yeah, I use Reason software to do my recording, and typically I will play all the instruments on the keyboard and change the sounds as necessary, like that guitar sound, the kind of rockabilly-ish guitar,
right,
was a sound I created. I mean, there's a regular guitar sound in the software. I just altered it a little bit to get the sound that I wanted from it.
Right on. Well,
so
go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, with Reason, I know the program very well because I've tried to use it in the past as well, and I know that Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails has used it as well. So I understand how intricate and what a frustrating program can be to actually get a hold of it or hang of it.
Yeah, it's I learn new things every time I use it, I think. So yeah, there's definitely, I'll probably never ever have it down completely, but there's so many cool features to it. I'm turning into a Reason commercial. I want some free software. But yeah, it's cool. But like I said, this time around for What Go to the Stars, I was thinking about how I wanted it to come out, and I didn't think I would be able to do it on Reason. I mean, there probably aren't limitations to it, but to me, there are some.
Right. So,
I just felt a little bit more of a live sound would work better with the current stuff. That doesn't mean I won't go back to it. The next thing I do might be completely done on Reason again. So Who knows?
Now, what do you have planned next? I know this is just this EP literally just came out, but what are your plans for the future? Are you still looking at more stuff? Or are you going to kind of just promote this EP for a little bit and then work on the new one? Or
I'll probably push the hell out of this EP for the next month, and then I think after that the life cycle kind of dies a little bit. Although the song that you just played, I get more Spotify plays now on it than I did when I released it. So
very cool.
You never know.
No, that's awesome.
I mean, you continually push the entire catalog, but of course you've got to work on promoting the current stuff.
Right.
The future, I have that other mix EP or mix full length that's coming out with all the What Go to the Stars versions. But I have a song I'm working on with Jen Dahl, which I'm not going to spill any beans on that yet. But it's going to be very good, I think. And then beyond that, I haven't really planned anything, but I typically don't plan. It's just kind of like I wake up and I'm like, oh, I have an album in my head.
Oh, nice. So. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm gonna pass it back over to Mike. So go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I think I've probably said on the show before that I love that track. Actually, listening to that again just now, it reminds me of the Fun Loving Criminals. Weirdly, I don't know.
Good point.
That was a deliberate influence, but that was a bit in there, which is cool. I really like the kind of the idea of trying new things. So I remember last time we talked about Reason, I remember kind of like you were saying, I think almost this catalogue of potential songs that you're kind of like, oh, maybe that one works for what I'm doing right now, which I thought was really cool. But then I also really like the idea of just, you know what, this one needs to be go in and do it a bit live, which is really cool. But I mean, what's your kind of well, two things really. What's your kind of thought process behind that? Is it just dependent on the song? And then the second thing is, I mean, again, I don't know if Fun Loving Criminals is an influence, but who are your kind of influences? You know, different points when you come to do different things. What is it that you listen to that makes you go, oh, I want to try something a bit like that? Or is there anything?
That particular song, Run, Moon Duo, was my influence for that. I don't know if you're familiar with those guys.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fuzz. They do a lot of fuzz stuff. So that you know, the driving part of that song, I put a lot of fuzz effect on the instrumentation. So I kind of was going for a Moon Duo sort of feel to it.
That's awesome.
I mean, yeah, I don't typically. I mean, I have a pretty wide range of, like, you know, Tom Waits is you know, always been a huge favorite of mine, which I think is where some of my strange percussion comes from, because he has a lot of junkyard percussion in his songs, you know, and so I mean, he's a big influence there. But I mean, typically, I mean, I don't have one particular artist or one genre even that I'm trying to pull from.
Well, mate, you just listed two people that I absolutely love there. Tom Waits in particular is just, such an absolute legend. There's just so much, you know, you could go into that. But I mean, like you said, I particularly like, oh God, I'm going to forget the name of the album now because I always do. But there's one album in particular that has really focuses on the kind of junkyard percussion. Hang on, I'm just going to flick through. Here we go. Bone Machine. I was going to flick through my iTunes and remember what it's called. But yeah, Bone Machine, I think, really utilises that kind of, like you said, junkyard percussion and stuff, which is awesome. But he's just like top quality, isn't he, Tom Waits? Absolutely love that guy. Yeah,
I think I just made up that term. So.
It's cool. I mean, I get, as soon as you said it, I got exactly what you meant. I was thinking, is that what that's called? Coined it.
Yeah, I'm calling the patent office first thing. So.
Yeah, but no, that's wicked. That's very, very cool. Very good, man. No, I mean, yeah, no, I absolutely love the kind of you know, the range of stuff that you do, and there's a range of influences in there, which is wicked. But it's also, I think we said last time, what's cool about it is that you make it sound like you every time as well, if that makes sense, which is wicked. I particularly like, by the way, you don't do a lot of vocals, but are you singing on the latest single?
Am I singing on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Mate, you've got a good voice.
Well, thank you. I try, and every once in a while, I mean, I have a few songs out that, like, if you go back to Method de Narration, I think there's 2 or 3 songs on there that I do quite a bit of vocals on, and you know, the original version of Look Out of the Stars, of course, and I don't think a Collector I really did much. I mean, I did backing vocals on that song we just heard, Run.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And some talking type vocals on some of the other songs, but I enjoy it. I'm not very good at it. I know what my limitations are, so I play to that. So it makes me not sound as bad as I could.
I think you sound great, man. No, I was, yeah, I mean, actually, I wouldn't have picked up until you just said it that you were doing the backing vocals on Run, but I was thinking the backing vocals were good as well. But yeah, man, no, I'm loving the vocals on the new track. I think that's particularly cool.